Republicans picked their candidates for June's primary election at the state GOP convention this weekend. State Representative Scott Bottoms and Colorado Springs pastor Victor Marks qualified to run for governor.
But the process to get them nominated was a bit of a disaster. It took hours to register 2,000 delegates to vote in person. When they did vote, too many people turned in their ballots.
9 News political reporter Marshall Zellinger is here now to explain how the Party of Election Integrity, Marshall, had to explain the integrity of their elections.
Well, the state Republican Party passed resolutions this weekend as to what Colorado Republicans stand for, and the first resolution was Make Colorado Great Again through election integrity. The party unanimously accepted that as their position at the same event where they were picking candidates for June's primary election and had more than 90 people vote than expected.
We don't believe there's been any fraud at all. Possibly, and if it is, it's minuscule.
Not a great way to instill confidence in election integrity. At Saturday's Colorado Republican Convention to select candidates for June's statewide primary election, the in-person voting could not have gone much worse.
We have an overvote situation.
It turns out about 90 people voted without officially registering their ballot, and that was just one of the issues. The credentialing process for the more than 2,000 delegates at the event at CSU Pueblo started at 7 a.m. and took almost all morning. Delegates needed to show ID to check in and get their badge like this one. They also got their ballot to vote for primary candidates. Then they were supposed to register that ballot by scanning the QR code on their badge.
It's readily apparent that not everyone scanned their badges as they came in.
You can come in that door or that door or that door or that door. And we didn't have scanners everywhere in the very beginning. Yes, I failed. I'm sorry.
I've never seen an election run by election officials, state or federal elections, that have been that much of a cluster.
Matt Crane, a Republican and head of the County Clerks Association, defends how the state and clerks run elections. And he takes issue with how the party has tried and failed in the past years to close their primary elections from the general public and let the party pick the candidates.
The people pushing that, they honestly don't know their ass from first base about how to run elections or what election integrity means. So with a lot of these folks, it's do what I say, not what I do. I just pray the light bulb goes off and people realize how they've been deceived by these people.
This happened in the last Colorado Republican Convention in 2024. The party had trouble figuring out how many people turned in ballots compared to how many were registered to turn in ballots. But when your number one party platform issue is election integrity, it's probably best not to have those issues. One final note from the party. The quote is, the discrepancy resulted from incomplete scanning of credentials, not unauthorized voting. Kim.
Okay. Well, you know, you're a parent. You can't tell a kid not to do something and then you go do it, right?
What I guess I don't understand is when they check people in, why didn't they just scan the QR code for those people before handing them their badge? And then you would have gotten rid of this third step.
Yeah.
That required them to go somewhere else. I think it was an issue with some of the people's, the issue I believe with the 90 people were they had to go to another line because their credential wasn't accurate or ready to go. So they had to go to this other line. So it wasn't as simple as the 2,000 other delegates who were like, oh, here's your badge, move on, please.
Yeah, still really, yeah, it is embarrassing, and I'm glad others were more blunt than you had to be. They said everything you needed to say, Marshall.
Yeah.
Thank you.